rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. So we're going to start this week off with a sad situation. Monday night, a local rider that many of my friends and people I know him. I have met him a couple times, small town. So, you kind of run into people, chit chat a little bit here and there, bike nights, etc. So, we had a tragedy Monday night here in Mason County out on Lakeshore Drive. Fellow motorcycle enthusiast lost his life. I've been down that road a bazillion times for work. Not so much on the bike. I don't typically go that way. But a bazillion times for work. Almost daily. Apparently, another vehicle was unable to stay in their lane and cause the tragedy that we are now dealing with in Mason County. I'm not going to drop names, although it is out there who this person is. I will say there is another local rider, and one of his friends is putting together a little ride for him, memory cookout ride. Friday at 3:00, Stearns Park and Beach. It may be moved to Copian Park. I don't know. It sounds like they're going to stick at Stearns. Definitely the family could use a little help, certainly at this time. I'm not sure. It's just kind of real quick thrown together. Travis is doing a great job. Hats off to him for stepping up and putting something together real quick. So yeah, our thoughts here at the podcast and prayers go out to the family and friends, close friends. Sad when that happens, especially to somebody you know, even though it's not like one of my best friends, but I know him or knew him, and that just sucks. All right, enough with that. On to my little latest adventure. So, if you've been tuning in, you know that I have a special friend that happens to ride a motorcycle. She has a 2024 Street Glide, and it happens to be the same color that I would have got if I would have bought a brand new one. Definitely my favorite, probably my favorite color that they had that year. Well, probably back by Blessing of the Bikes time, so May-ish, she found her primary was leaking. And did some investigating, and apparently a bolt had come out, backed out of from where it should have been, and gotten lodged in by the primary and wore a hole through it. So it was leaking. Obviously not something she did. Concerned, contacted a dealership. The dealership told her shouldn't be a problem. They'll cover it under warranty. Then she kind of got ghosted by that person. Contacted the dealership where she bought the bike, which was Grand Rapids Harley, and they ordered the part, said they'd take care of it, blah, blah, blah. Didn't hear from them. So she's getting pretty upset. She had repaired it with JB Weld as what she was kind of told to do so she could ride, because the part was actually out of stock. Finally got a hold of the dealership. Yeah, your part's been in for like a week or so, and no one had contacted her. Well, of course, we're planning a big ride here, so she wanted to get it taken care of. So a couple Fridays ago, we rode the 2 hours down to Harley Davidson in Grand Rapids. Hudsonville, I guess, is proper location, to have the part replaced, and by all that's right and holy, should have been warranty work. Apparently. Now, this is where it gets to the point where it's kind of upsetting a little bit. First of all, service dude down there, Jimmy, kind of cops an attitude about it, like, well, I didn't authorize no warranty work on that. And I was like, all right. So they took it back. We took off. We went to lunch. We got down there. It was like 1:30. They had the bike. We went and had lunch. Got caught in a torrential downpour 3 miles from getting back from lunch. Totally soaked. And get back, and now they're saying, not covered by warranty. You owe us $970 some. All right. So, of course, my friend is upset because somebody at a different Harley said, oh, yeah, the warranty will cover that. No, don't worry about it. Now, this guy's saying, no, it's not covered. You have to come to the window for that. Again, we talked to him, tell him what the problem was. She actually has the bolt still in her saddlebag. He goes out to look for it. Well, she's got a bunch of stuff in her saddlebag. He can't find it. She offered to go out right then and there. I mean, the bike is literally, there's a garage door. The bike is 10 foot from the garage door. We can see it. Everybody can see it. Nope, he wouldn't let her go out there and get it. Went out there and looked for himself, couldn't find it. So then she went out and found it and showed him where it goes. And his exact words were, "Oh, well, that's not supposed to come out." No shit. Really? That's the problem. That bolt came out. She didn't touch anything. It worked its way out. So either in the building of the bike and initially putting it together or the final assembly at the dealership, someone didn't Loctite a bolt or something, and this thing worked its way out, got lodged in there against the primary, rubbed a hole through the cover, and caused a leak. And they want her to pay for it. Now, it's like 3:30 when we have this discussion. And mind you, we are soaking wet, 2 hours away from home. And Jimmy sends an email to Harley about this being a warranty issue. A flippin' email. Excuse me. I'm sure that whoever you emailed isn't sitting at his desk waiting patiently for your email. You have customers who have traveled 2 hours and have a 2-hour ride home. And now we're waiting for you to play email tag with Harley corporate or whatever you're dealing with. So I'm going to back this up a little bit. And I have been around. I have been to other Harley dealerships with problems with friends' bikes on trips when you're out of town. And let me tell you, 2 come to mind right off the top of my head. Whole Shot in Mount Pleasant and Andreas in Wisconsin. I think it was Wisconsin. It might have been Illinois, but it was on one of our trips. They both stepped up, got us taken care of, and got us out of there. Both times. And that's something that Harley kind of prides itself on in the dealership level, is getting travelers back on the road fast. So the problem was whether this was going to be warranty work or not. That was what they were waiting for approval on from Harley Corporate. Now, this is not a dealership that we just happened to be by and stopped to get this work done. This is the dealership where she purchased this motorcycle. So she bought a $30,000 motorcycle. Let me back up on that. Single mother, 30-ish years old, very hardworking, has had her endorsement in bikes for going on 4 years and already has had 2 motorcycles. One, the latest one, a year old, brand new. So this is somebody that is going to buy more motorcycles. And she had already been talking to someone at the dealership about a $600 Saddleman seat and some other upgrades she wanted to do to the bike. So now she's here at this dealership. They're telling her just shy of $1,000 to get your bike fixed, and Harley may or may not cover it. I'm sorry. Your technician, your head service guy just looked at that bike, just looked at where the bolt came from and said, wow, that's not supposed to come out of there. So that right there tells me there's some negligence somewhere along the line, either at Harley manufacturing or at the dealership when they put the bike together. Somewhere, someone dropped the ball. Definitely not her fault. And mind you, this bolt is like under the seat, like battery cover area. So it's not something that you would see every day. So now all of a sudden it's closing time at Harley. We are waiting still for an answer from the MOCO on whether it's going to be warranty work or not. She pays the $970 some dollars, so she has her motorcycle to ride home and is told, well, if they warranty it, then we'll refund you your money. Okay. I'm not trying to throw a dealership under the bus by any means, but I am going to tell you one thing right now. I would never, ever go back to that dealership to buy my next bike. Never. And here's why. Obviously, it was not her fault. Obviously, it was a freak accident or a fluke or whatever you want to call it. But someone at that dealership should have stepped up and said, don't worry about this. We will take care of it. We will take care of you. I mean, I don't know what they had involved in the parts, the labor, but it's $1,000 to a customer. It certainly ain't that much to the dealership. Because they had the bike done in like an hour. So whatever the part is, $100 worth of labor or $150 worth of labor, whatever the part was, and some fluid. That is how you keep a customer happy. Service after the sale. I'm sorry, you spent $30,000 on a motorcycle and had this happen to you. We're going to take care of it. We're going to keep you happy. So when it comes time for you to buy your next motorcycle, you come to see us. Again, 30-something-year-old single mom busts her ass for everything she has, wanted a brand new motorcycle, so she got one. So what the fuck? I mean, now I can't say for certain that all dealerships are like that. I know I would like to think that most dealerships could recognize that that's a future sale. She's going to buy another bike. She rides. I mean, she's got 12,000 miles on a bike that's a year old. She's going to need another bike eventually. And we want her to come back to Grand Rapids Harley-Davidson. Well, not only is she probably not coming back to Grand Rapids Harley-Davidson, she's probably not spending $600 on a saddleman seat, probably not buying any accessories from you guys either. So, all because you guys dropped the ball. I hate to throw a dealership under. I talked to some of the sales guys. They all seem very cool. They all seem very concerned. And apparently there was 3 or 4 people involved. She did actually get a refund. Apparently there was 3 or 4 other people involved. I don't know how much of that is fact or fiction because I was quite upset that no one stepped up at the dealership level. And I might have mentioned the fact that I planned on talking about them on this very podcast. So, yeah, Grand Rapids Harley dealers, if you're listening, which I hope you are, you guys dropped the ball, in my opinion. And I'd really be curious to hear what my listeners have to say. I might put a poll on Facebook just to see. Just curious. You can message me on Facebook. You can email me, midmichiganbiker@gmail.com. I want to hear it. If you've had an experience with Grand Rapids Harley-Davidson that was less than favorable, or even if you had one that was favorable, I would love to hear about it. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But with bike sales being the way they are, and everybody knows that the numbers ain't great on selling new bikes, I kind of think that had something to do with it. I don't know if that is like a corporate thing, like he was saying, or if it was, I don't know. I would like to think that the MoCo, because supposedly in his email, he did put on there that the customer was waiting. So that tells me that if you have warranty work or something that may be warranty work and you're traveling, you could run into some problems if it's a questionable repair on whether they're going to cover it under warranty or not. And you might have to come to the window for $1,000 or more and wait to find out if you're going to get that money back. It seemed pretty cut and dry that it would be warranty work on my end. At the very least, it was dealership negligence when they final assembly, something. Like I said, I really feel that the dealership should have stepped up and said, hey, don't worry about this. We got you. We're going to fight for you. We know how to get a hold of you if something doesn't go right, but we're going to make it right. And I mean, they could have said, well, you know what? We'll eat the parts, or we'll eat the labor. You pay for the parts, something like that, but nothing. Totally. You want your bike to ride home tonight? Come up with the $970 and have a nice day. Yeah. I didn't think that was very cool, and I would like to think that my favorite dealership, which everybody knows, if you listen, in Muskegon, would have handled that situation a little bit differently. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have a dealership experience that you could share with me and make me realize that, hey, that's just the way it is. But I don't think it is that way. Like I said, you just lost a future customer, a return future customer at that. Yeah, I'm going to put a poll out. It'll be on my Facebook. I'm just curious. Again, reach out. Let me know what you think. Send me a message on Messenger. I'm dying to hear, and I'll follow up after I get back from vacation. I'll do an update. So yes, as many of you know, my special friend and I are going on vacation, and we're going to Hocking Hills. Well, first we're going to Friday Night Bike Night in Lapeer on August 8th. We will be down there. Then Saturday, happens to be my birthday, we're going to Hocking Hills, which I'm pretty excited about. I heard it's really, really pretty down there, really nice. I'm excited to do a little exploring when I'm there. And then Sunday, we are going to leave for Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which I'm sure there's lots of cool stuff to do there, but the main things that I'm looking forward to doing down there are Tail of the Dragon and a little jaunt over to North Carolina to Maggie Valley to Dale's Wheels Through Time. Those are going to be my two favorite things to do while I'm there. Of course, besides spend time with my special someone. Then we are going to ride I'm probably going to butcher it, Cherahula Skyway, which is supposed to be like really scenic, 45 mile an hour drive, no commercial vehicles, really cool, like 43 or 45 miles of it. I'm looking forward to doing that. Then we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee for 3 days, it sounds like. And I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of motorcycle stuff going on then. I think it's going to be pretty much blowing off some steam and having some fun. Pretty much just going to be fun. Hey, if you're in the area or if you listen to us, look for us. I don't know how you'll find me. Probably if you look for my Thunder Roads Magazine and Michigan hat, you might find me. I'll be sporting one of them, I'm sure. I'll try to have some stickers on me. It would be cool to meet some people from not from Michigan or even from Michigan that were in Tennessee at the same time that listen to the podcast. So yeah, then when we get back, we will have. I've got some pretty cool stuff. Of course, we're going to talk about the trip, and I might get my special friend in here to talk about the trip with me. I'd really like that. That'd be really cool. It's kind of cool to have somebody that's like into the podcast. She's been like listening to past episodes and stuff, and it's just. I mean, it's kind of weird because I'm not used to that, but it's cool to have some support. We're gonna definitely be running some cameras for our trip. She just bought the latest and greatest Insta360 X5. She's gonna be running that. I already ditched my X2 and got an X3 because I'm just a poor bus driver. So I'm going to be running that. Of course, I'll have my GoPros running. So yeah, there will be some footage, I'm sure, available on our YouTube channel. Also, if you need an excuse to go pick up the latest issue of Thunder Roads Magazine at one of the umpteen hundred places that it's available across the state of Michigan, including docks on the river here in Mason County, Jailhouse Bar in Manistee County, or Silver Bullet Saloon in Mason County. Here it is. We started a new monthly feature in the magazine called Yeah or Eh. So it's going to be a gear review, equipment review kind of thing. This month I did my Icon boots that I've been wearing that I totally love. I mean, so I've been riding to work like every day with these things. So I'm wearing them all day and they are so comfortable. So be sure you pick up an issue and check that out. You can see an unboxing video on YouTube, on the Mid-Michigan Biker YouTube channel. So yeah, and we have some stuff coming up, doing some Eagle lights and some Nelson rig travel luggage, and I got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, you want to check that out. It's going to be a monthly feature in Thunder Roads Magazine. I'm pretty geeked about that. And I think that's about it. Probably won't be a podcast next week because I'll be in Tennessee. But coming up. So yeah, that's where I was at. I squirreled. It happens. Of course, we'll have the recap of our trip. I'm going to talk to a couple other people that have been down to the Tail of the Dragon and done that. The Bearded Wonder. And one of the guys from the bike build, Nick Carlin, I believe. I'm going to talk to him, get him on another episode and talk about that. I also have, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him or not, but I have a neighbor who is off right now on a motorcycle adventure in the UP, and I'm dying to wait to hear about it. He kind of took me aside the other day. I parked out in front, and he was parking out front, packing his bike up, and he had some questions about how to pack it right and what I thought about this, and so that's pretty cool. And I'm going to try to get him to come over here and kind of share his adventure. We'll see how that works out. Fingers crossed. He might be a little shy. I don't know. So yeah, a couple of interesting things I got coming up. I think that's about all I got, though, guys. Just a quick little update as to what's what. I'm still working on the new format. I'm starting to get the hang of the software, although I think I'm going to have to change my seat back over to the other desk because this is just backwards from the old setup. We'll see. All right, guys. As you all know, life is short. Get after it. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.